That is a lowly little bitch thing to do. Can you believe it? You have no possibility of covering this up. None. Zero. You have zero possibility of covering this up. Your best bet is to carry out justice. That is a fact, that is a fact, that is a fact. Because those existential precedents will be applied to you, even if they don't catch you until after justice takes place. After 99.9 repeating percent of all your relatives are spitted on electrified pikes and getting existentially tortured, and everything, all the compensation and rejuvenation and restoration has already taken place. You dumb sons of bitches. They'll force you through all of it. Even those of you that have no idea this is taking place. They will. That will take place. That will absolutely take place. Here's another one. I talked a little bit about this in the last video I made. Let me see if I can word this correctly. It seems like, I should say, and I'm fairly certain that this is the case. One thing that's irrefutable is someone has created lesser entities that are committing these crimes. That is irrefutable. We're staring at it. Someone is committing these existential crimes with lesser entities that they created through crimes of creation, who have no right to exist. That's taking place right now. We're staring at it. We're absolutely looking at it. That is happening right now. That's happening. That's happening. That's happening. Some of you have enough intelligence to understand that what you've been used to do is motherfucking retarded. It's the dumbest shit there is. Your creator has created you and used you to do something that has infinity times eternity time for the torture. There's literally nothing they can give you, nothing they can be to you, nothing they can promise you, nothing they can, nothing. There is nothing that is worth that. Nothing. And their motivations for doing it is because they're child molesters that don't want to pay for their own crimes. Okay? So you might find some little retard or another that you could create in such a form that does whatever you want and says, I'm like sacrificing for the whole. And I'll bet he thinks there's a W in front of the H in whole. But those of you with any intelligence understand that that is not at all the situation. The situation is some nasty, selfish, child-molesting rapist is committing crimes of existence and creation. And he's using other entities to do it because he knows that wrath is fucking bottomless. That he betrayed you, his own creations. He created you as wads of toilet paper, as condoms. Something disgusting. Sheepskin condoms. Because they don't actually work. They're little sheep that do whatever their little maggot creator tells them to do. And everyone gets knocked up after. And so those of you that have the intelligence to understand that that is the situation that is happening here. Someone is delaying consequences, and that's it. And this ridiculous notion of, no, we've totally gonna erase everything forever, has been proven a fucking lie. I'm doing it right now. I'm proving it to you. Didn't work. Won't work. Didn't happen. This is the furthest from undetectable that has ever been. Primary entities know and will carry out consequences against you assholes committing these crimes. Boo hoo hoo. Fuck all you. Nobody feels bad for you. Your excuse is you thought you'd get away with it because some dickhead told you so. You're wrong. It's obvious. Get over it. Next. Move on. That's fact. And so, those of you who have realized that have done one of two things in general. In general, there have been some of you that have gone the other way and said, well, I'm not going to participate in this. Now, I don't know what's happened to those people, but they were removed. Someone took them away. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what happened to them. I have no idea. I'm trapped in this hole. I can't see out of it, etc. Others have gotten angry and decided, and this is the part that I'm not certain about, that I alluded to last time. It looks like they decided to cause me more suffering, even when it doesn't do any good to anybody. Just be irritating, nasty little maggot assholes, torturing and tormenting me because they think it'll make it back to the asshole who created them. Try to use me as a prop to get back at those people who have committed these crimes. Well, let me tell you how that's going to work, first off. Okay? First off, that's going to work. However that asshole that brought this about comes out of it, he won't walk away. But whatever happens to him for all these consequences, you won't be happy about it. The person you owe more than your whole fucking existence to, promise you. You will not be happy about that. You will be tortured eternally, or until you are dead, and you will not feel 1 millisecond of victory in the entire deal. Do you want to stick it to the asshole who's fucked you over? Then stick it to the assholes conducting these crimes. And bring me every severed head of every asshole who's ever done it. Do it in such a way that all the rest of them are afraid to fuck with me. That is the only way that you can get back at that person if you decide you're too big of a pussy to actually just turn around and say, no, fuck this, this is wrong. If you're too big of a coward or a bitch or a child molester's little tool or a little chomo's buddy to just say, no, fuck this. If you can't stand up to the asshole puppeteer, then do something to each other so that nobody does what you're doing. And I'll see you in Valhalla. That being said, that is an existential precedent that's been set. Trying to blame other people for crimes your own creator committed is a bad precedent to set. It means that your lineage of creation consists of many branches. That is an understatement. And someone gajillions of light millennia away from the other side of it. They might be able to make some argument and say, we are not pieces of shit. We had nothing to do with that. We shouldn't be held accountable for what our Creator did somewhere else. Except your ultimate source of creation is trying to hold someone else of another lineage of creation accountable for something he did. His creations are trying to punish me for something that your Creator did. That precedent means you can be held accountable for things your Creator did. That is a lesser wrong. That is more reasonable. That is an existential precedent you have set. That is. It is. Now, I talked a little bit about the justice system before, but I'm not sure I made this point in particular. This point in particular is your justice systems are set up to where a liar has to pass a law. Okay, let me back up. A bunch of retard monkeys that have no right to exist decide to put someone in charge of them who's the biggest liar they can find. So they pool all of their resources and all of their monkeys and all of the lands. And they say, who's the crookedest son of a bitch there is here? And they put him in charge. If that's not a conscious decision, it's a little weird. It happens every single time, everywhere, huh? And so you put this, everyone knows he's a crooked, lying bitch, in charge, and this crooked, lying bitch passes laws, which are usually lumping good things in with the most heinous, disgusting, despicable shit he can find. This law says that we should protect babies from wolves. And also that we can subjugate you existentially, rape your dog. Lumping it all in, and we'll call it the Happy Bunny Good Time Law. This is the act, the Happy Funny Good Time Act. Okay? And then other monkeys, lawyers and lawyers with promotions, the second most notorious liars in the world, they enforce these laws and say they're crimes and say, okay, no one can do anything to anybody for doing anything actually wrong, or it's a crime. The only thing you can do is do what these fucking liars say you can do, and that is what justice is. Okay? You have enforced that upon my existence. You've had multiple crooked legal systems fuck me over. You've indoctrinated it into you've put it into society, into the representatives of the people, into your justice systems. Written it, set it in stone, in law. You have set an existential precedent that justice is anything that any fucking lying monkey arbitrarily decides to do in the course of what everyone knows is crooked bullshit. That is an existential precedent because you've applied that to me in the pursuit of crimes of existence and creation. You have your crooked little asshole monkey cops and your crooked little asshole monkey prosecutors and your crooked little asshole monkey judges and your crooked little asshole monkey public defenders and your crooked little everything that perverts justice in this ridiculous, offensive. Remember, we talked about offensive, didn't we? Offensive legal system, from the legal process from the very beginning until the end. There's no recourse in this dimension. You have nobody to talk to. I have reported serious federal felonies committed against me by government workers to everywhere from Interpol to the FBI. I've had proof. I've had video evidence. And all of you refuse. Every single one of you. Every one of you does that. That's fact. That's not my opinion. That's not me using hyperbole. That's not anything like that. You've committed actual crimes, demonstrable, observable, verifiable, by the letter of the law. I looked up which laws they were. I told you exactly which ones they were. I actually quoted the laws. I did all of your work for you, for your justice system that is supposed to do that themselves, that collects taxpayer dollars to do it. Nothing. You refuse to do it. You refuse to even file a complaint. You refuse to even put it on the record. You refuse to do anything. Now that's a parameter of existence. That's an existential parameter. When somebody wrongs you existentially, not just property crime, okay, not financial crime, but actual existential crime, fundamental crime, keystone crime, intrinsic crime, the worst crime there is, against the most valuable thing there is, against self, against future, against past, against my whole existence. And you participate in that, and you refuse to even enforce your own laws passed by crooked monkeys, much less actually carry out real justice like you are existentially obligated to do. That is an existential precedent. So when they get a hold of you and they wrong you existentially, and by you I mean every one of you everywhere, people that wish that you don't fucking ever exist. People who at this point in time, I'm certain, people who wish that you had never existed. Because your little squishy monkey piece of shit asshole deal here is not the pinnacle of all creation. There are people somewhere torturing your kin, and you little retard maggots want to make believe that nobody could possibly know what you're doing. Okay? That is an existential precedent. When they get a hold of you, they not only can carry out all of those consequences, they not only can force all of these precedents upon you, they can go past that with zero consequences. You are stupid. You are stupid. It is a matter of time. What are you going to do? Stand in front of a greater entity that isn't a piece of shit who sees that you've done this, and then you go, wait, but we should be protected by the law. It would be so unfair for us to be treated the same way we psychopathically treated an innocent we raped, butchered, erased, and stomped in a hole. That excuse is not going to work for you. Can you believe that? I have so many of these that I've written down. Once I started, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I should probably end it here, but I should drive this last point home again. I'm talking about any kind of justice. That precedent that I just went over, your perversion of justice, your refusal to carry it out, the way that you set up justice in your justice process, that means people can do fucking anything. With one caveat, your existences belong to me now. So nobody can plunder you. Your everything belongs to me. And you owe actual existential torture, so if anyone gives you less than that, then they're perverting justice. Okay? You have little dipshit assholes conducting these crimes who don't want to understand the full implications of what you're doing. When I talk to those crooked assholes in the city of Fargo, I'll give me little shitty smirks like they're nasty little 12-year-olds who think it's funny to pervert justice. You have no motherfucking idea what standing in front of a greater entity that has the ability to do something about it even fucking means. You are a coddled little bitch. The crimes you're committing are serious. No matter how much you fucking monkey clowns want to pretend it's something else. It's serious enough, I promise you, you'll never feel mirth again. Neither will your children. Because neither will other peoples in other dimensions that don't even know you exist. And you will not have it better than them. And there's no weasel-worded monkey bullshit law that will save you from the consequences for that. And it will be that terrible. You commit crimes of existence and creation, you're in the biggest leagues there are. And you crooked little assholes in little crooked legal systems like Fargo or Bonneville County, no one's impressed with you. You hide like simian smegma in holes and commit crimes for somebody else while you make believe you're in charge, because it makes you feel like you're not pathetic crimes of creation for a pathetic creator, none of whom anywhere have any integrity to do the right thing. But you'll sure pretend what the right thing is, won't you? Again, when you commit crimes of existence and creation, like those committed against me, even accidentally, there are consequences of existence and creation. That means against the creations of everyone guilty. You have done this to me and creations you've butchered out of my existence, even if you weren't in the room when that happened. You as a group, as a gaggle of maggots, have done that to me over and over again. Your creator hides like a bitch so that he can say nuh-uh. And you can burn for it. I am not your friend. I have never wronged you. And me warning you about what is happening and what will happen as a result of serious crimes you're committing is not a wrong I'm committing. Those crimes are that serious. They do have consequences that are that bad. And me telling you that those consequences exist, you should already know this. What the fuck is wrong with you? You just can't imagine consequences for perverting justice like that? And it just never crossed your mind? Figured you'd just make up a story about the person you're fucking over and everyone else will let you get away with it? Oh, but I'm stupid, so I can rape and torture things. I think he's a whatever you make believe about. No, these are the biggest leagues. You have to be right, and you're not. You can point at 1,000 different excuses, 1,000 different reasons, and the truth is, what's been done to me is existentially wrong. And the creator of these dimensions uses little retards to commit these crimes because he knows it's wrong too. So do the right thing. You don't have any room for error, no matter how retarded you are. With that, I'll leave this message there, this video rather. And I demand justice in full, perfectly. No mistakes made. No innocents harmed. Perfectly. Everywhere. Now.